A Perfect Fit, Cinderella, Tangled Tales Series, Book 6. Written by Elizabeth Rose. Narrated by Brian J. Gill. Produced by Griffin Audio Media. Chapter 1. With night closing in fast, Cinderella ran through the back streets of Inglewood, trying to get away from the man who was following her. Her lungs felt heavy with the dense night air as she desperately tried to catch her breath. Just a little further, and she'd be back at the old town stable where she'd paid a boy to watch her horse hours ago. She needed to get back to the manor, and should not be in town this late. The approaching fog slinked through the narrow streets like an adder slithering after its prey. It swirled around her ankles and slowly rose up, filling the air. The dark streets lit up in an eerie glow from the scant light of the lanterns hanging from posts in front of each shop in town. Fear coursed through her body, and her vision clouded. Cinderella slowed and glanced back over her shoulder, searching the street for the man she was sure was following her. Sure enough, his tall, dark silhouette passed by under the street lamp, enabling her to see his body covered entirely by a long black cloak. He was getting closer. Her heart pounded in her ears, making her head feel like a drum. Trying to lose him, she sped around a corner, only to crash into a drunken man stinking from whiskey. The old fat man wore ragged and dirty clothes, not unlike her own. "It's my lucky night," said the man, looking her up and down. She gripped tighter to the travel bag in her hand that held her stepsisters' shoes. If it weren't for Greta and Beatrice and their impossible requests, she'd be home, safe and sound, at Inglewood Manor right now. Her stepsisters were haughty and mean, and also spoiled by their mother. They insisted on having new shoes for the upcoming dance at Castle Fremont. Cinderella didn't like to think poorly of her own family, but sometimes she felt as if she didn't belong with Greta, Beatrice, and their mother, Agnes Trevane. Even her father, Baron Hubert Trevane, was an angry, greedy man. He'd been awful to the townspeople, taxing them 3 times as much as was proper. She hoped no one would recognize her in town. If so, just being related to the Baron would turn people against her. "Where are you going in such a hurry, wench?" the man asked. "And what have you got for me in that bag?" His eyes switched from her body to the overstuffed, heavy travel bag in her grip. The people of the town were poor. Besides the few merchants, there was nothing to be found here but whores, drunkards, and beggars. Garbage filled the narrow street.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?